Less than 24 hours ago, Britney Spears was celebrating a major legal victory. A court had just granted her a permanent restraining order against a man who stalked her for over a decade. For the first time in a long time, it felt like things were finally going right. And then, just hours later, everything changed. Britney Spears was arrested, handcuffed, booked into a county jail in the middle of the night. But the arrest itself isn't even the most alarming part of this story. It's what happened after, and what her own team said publicly, that has people genuinely worried. So here's what we know. On Wednesday night, March 4th, the California Highway Patrol pulled Britney Spears over in Westlake Village, a quiet community in Ventura County not far from her home in Thousand Oaks. This wasn't some high-speed incident on a freeway. According to reports, another driver called 911 after spotting someone driving erratically. CHP officers caught up with the vehicle, initiated a traffic stop, and that's when they identified the driver as 44-year-old Britney Jean Spears. She was alone in the car, no passengers, no entourage, no security, just Britney, behind the wheel, late at night on a Wednesday in a residential area. Officers suspected she was under the influence, and what followed was a process that played out over the next several hours. But before she was taken to jail, something else happened first. And it tells us a lot about what investigators believe was going on. After the traffic stop, CHP officers didn't take Britney directly to the station. Instead, they transported her to a nearby hospital. Now, before anyone panics, she was not injured. There was no accident, no collision, no medical emergency. The hospital visit was for one reason and one reason only: to draw her blood. In California, when officers suspect a DUI involving alcohol, drugs, or both, they can request a blood draw to determine exact intoxication levels. A breathalyzer gives you a quick alcohol reading on the spot, but blood work can detect a much wider range of substances and gives prosecutors far more precise evidence if the case goes to court. The fact that officers chose a blood draw suggests they wanted a thorough picture of what was in her system. Law enforcement sources have confirmed the arrest was related to both alcohol and drugs, though specific details about what substances were involved have not been made public yet. Those blood test results could take days or even weeks to come back, and they'll likely be the deciding factor in whether formal charges are filed. After the hospital, Britney was transported to the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, where she was officially booked at approximately 3 a.m. on Thursday morning. That's nearly 6 hours after the initial traffic stop. She was processed, photographed, and logged into the system. Inmate records show she was released from custody just after 6 a.m., roughly 3 hours after being booked. Her vehicle was towed from the scene, and almost immediately after her release, something else happened that caught people's attention. Britney's Instagram account, which she had been actively posting on for years, the dancing videos, the freeform captions, the glimpses into her daily life, was taken down, deactivated, gone. Intuit response you usually get from celebrity PR teams. It was blunt, unusually blunt. Her rep called the incident unfortunate and completely inexcusable. Those are strong words coming from someone whose job is to protect her image. But it didn't stop there. The statement went on to say that Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and that this could be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Read that again. Long overdue change? Her own team is publicly acknowledging that something has needed to change for a while. And then perhaps the most telling part, the statement said her sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, are going to be spending time with her, and that her loved ones are coming together to create a plan to set her up for success for well-being. That language, overdue change, success for well-being, that's not standard PR spin. That reads like an intervention is being organized. To really understand why this arrest feels so significant, you have to look at the broader context of Britney's life right now. Since her conservatorship ended in November 2021, Britney has been navigating freedom for the first time in 13 years. And that freedom has come with some turbulence. Her marriage to Sam Asghari ended in divorce. She's been largely absent from music. Her last album, Glory, came out back in 2016, and she hasn't performed live in the US since 2018. She publicly stated she would never perform in America again. Just last month, she finalized the sale of her entire music catalog to Primary Wave in a deal reportedly worth around $200 million. That's a massive financial move, essentially converting her life's work into liquid cash. And throughout all of this, her social media presence has been a constant source of concern for fans. The dancing videos, the rambling captions, the occasional posts that felt disconnected from reality. Many people have been watching and wondering if Britney was truly doing okay. This arrest feels like the moment where those private concerns became very public. For anyone who followed Britney's story back in 2007, this moment is uncomfortably familiar. That was the year everything unraveled publicly. The head shaving, the umbrella incident, the hit and run in a Studio City parking lot drive what's happening behind the scenes. She's scheduled to appear in court on May 4th. If this is a first-time DUI offense in California, spent decades in the spotlight, and for 13 of those years, she wasn't allowed to make her own decisions. Now she can. And the hope, from her fans, from her family, from everyone watching, is that the decisions she makes next are the ones that lead to real, lasting change. What do you think about everything that's happening with Britney right now? Do you think her team's statement was a sign that help is on the way? Or are you worried this could be the beginning of something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want to stay updated on this story as it develops, make sure you're subscribed and have the bell turned on. I'll see you in the next one.